I think it's really important that when we do a project in the community, that we really understand how that influences and what the local community thinks about that. But there are other things that are going on now. Many of you may or may not know, but there are many, as I said, elderly people in Shanghai. And so I talked to the Shanghai Charity Foundation, I said, which is government, and I said, what about kids? What can they do? What kind of projects are available? And they say, well, why don't you go to the养老院? Go to the areas where the elderly are, and they're there all day. They love to see kids. They love to meet kids. And so this is something where if you can go and play chess with some people who are in their 80s, who are at home and their kids aren't visiting them very often, something like this, it's not just the community, but they're actually meeting a different generation. My biggest problem when people say, oh, Andrew, you've been in China for 34 years, what do you miss the most? People always say, it's family, right? And I go, kinda. What I really miss are people in their 70s and 80s. How many of you often meet people in their 70s and 80s that are not your family? See? You know how great it is to talk to people in their 70s and 80s that have stories, wisdom, all this other stuff that we can get back? And then a lot of these kids who are in international schools and things aren't with their grandparents. The grandparents are back in the other country where you're from or something. That's not good, in my opinion. We should have kids spend more time with the multi-generations, and that's a service project. That's something that the kids can do, and it's something that the government would be happy about. So this is one of those kind of ideas that I really hope we can expand it, where in some areas we kind of nudge kids or give kids an idea, but at the other time we really listen to them and let them run with their ideas, but with good management of our champion teacher.